There has been a lot going on with civilian ammo in the United States this year. A lot of it has not necessarily reflected in the store, but it's certainly worth talking about because you have the three largest civilian ammo manufacturers in the country, if not in the world. And they're all having problems that are completely different. The most recent one is Ammo Inc. lied about their value on the stock market, just straight up lied about it. And then finally, when the board fired their chief financial officer, when news of that broke, their stocks just plummeted to virtually almost nothing. If you had an investment in Ammo Inc., they're liable to you right now because they lied about their financial situation. Could be going down in flames, could be out of business soon, to be quite honest, because not only is their value going down, but I would encourage you to Google Ammo Inc. lawsuits. There are law firms all over, not just the country, the world, having class action lawsuits with thousands of investors just gonna hammer on Ammo Inc. for lying about their value. Some people have lost literally millions over this. Now we got Ammo Inc. seemingly going down in flames. There's one. Then you have the U.S. Army, Lake City Ammo. So they had 4 buildings manufacturing 9mm. Manufacturing 5.56 NATO, 7.62 NATO, and 50 caliber. They demolished one building and then moved from 4 of those buildings into just 2 buildings. So now what you have is the largest small arms manufacturer in the world for sure, hands down, pretty much bringing it down to half. Now, the reason they're doing this is because they're building a new facility, which is great news, to bring about the new military rifle caliber. But the problem is they have like hundreds of acres. They should have built a building and continued business as usual until that new facility was constructed. But instead, they just demolished buildings and moved everything into a smaller space, producing significantly less ammo. All the while, we're going to have to wait until potentially 2026 before that new building is open. If not 2027 is what some people are speculating. And then in addition to that, you have the largest civilian ammo manufacturer, Vista Outdoors, selling their ammo brands, which includes Federal, CCI, some of the biggest ones in the industry, and they're selling it to an external group referred to as the Czech Group, otherwise known as the Excalibur Group, otherwise known as the Excalibur Army, out of old Czechoslovakia, where when the wall came down, they just rounded up a bunch of Russian weapons and sold them to the highest bidders. This Excalibur Army, and then that's how they got their fortune. And now they control Fiocchi, and now they're about almost there. They've agreed on a price. They're going to be controlling all of the civilian ammo from Vista Outdoors in the United States. So really what you have is you have the 3 largest ammo producers in the country, for sure, if not the world, by far in the world, for civilians. And because of all that, you got one lying about their financial situation, going down in flames. Vista Outdoors selling to the Czech Group, potentially going down in flames. And then you have the U.S. Army Lake City Ammo Plant really just making some terrible decisions. Because, when you look at the U.S. military, they're not very wise when it comes to consolidating or trying to save money or trying to have facilities built before they demolish another facility. There just isn't a lot of rhyme or reason behind it. And typically, as people get promoted and demoted, you got different people in charge all the time. This right now is not a problem. But it looks terrible. It does not look promising. It does not look promising. I believe Ammo Inc., if they don't go out of business, they're definitely going to have to slow down production and somehow save some money, and they're definitely going to have to pick themselves up from the hole that they are in. Vista Outdoors, who knows what the Czech group's going to do to civilian ammo in the United States. So now our civilian ammo is controlled by Czech group? Like, that's terrible. You got to be ashamed of yourself, Vista Outdoors. And then you have the U.S. Army, who could care less about us. The only reason we even get ammo from them is because they're fulfilling contracts that they had, breaking some of them in the process, and demolishing buildings. This is just a big, terrible situation. And honestly, it's kind of like some dominoes falling. It looked fine about a month ago, and then all of a sudden, not so much anymore. You know, this thing with Ammo Inc., that happened several months ago, but we're just now learning about it. The thing with Vista Outdoors has just been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for about 12 to 24 months. And the U.S. Army, you know, I actually put a video like, this is great. They're gonna expand their facility, build more buildings, but instead they're just demolishing buildings at this point. Literally, construction hasn't begun for the new facility, only demolishing. That's all they've done so far. So, I don't know. Man. If there's a big rush on ammo, we may be a world of hurt, but thank God there hasn't been. I don't necessarily believe there will be. I've kind of been saying that for a while. I think that's all. And honestly, I made a video about a month ago talking about how to wait till after the election to buy your ammo, because they've been holding a certain price for so long and it hadn't been going down, because they believe there'd be a rush on ammo before the election. And I believe once the election ends and the sun rises the next day and everybody gets back to work, that ammo prices would come down. But now I think there's a lot of uncertainty in the ammo industry in America because of those three companies. This is a huge problem, just a huge problem. Well, let's put it this way. It's a huge potential problem. Is it a problem right now? No. It's a problem for them. If you invested in Ammo Inc., that's a problem. You probably lost a ton of money. But and then you are liable. I mean, you can go join one of those legal groups and jump in on those lawsuits if you want, I suppose. But it's really more about the actual ammo, the bullets. What's happening to our bullets? It seems like these factories are just on sand right now, just very unstable. So, any thoughts or insight on any of this, definitely put it below. Do want to take a moment and say most people that watch this channel, hey, they're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever, ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.